Welcome back, everybody. It's a brand new episode of 5 Minute Majors. I'm your host, Derek Harper. Let's get right to it. First off, congratulations to the Florida Panthers on back-to-back Stanley Cup titles. Pretty impressive. And with everything that goes on, with everything that it takes, that doesn't happen very often. But a highlight from that, on talking about major junior hockey, 10 CHL alumni. 10 helped power the Panthers to victory. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the Oilers, but we'll dive into more of that next episode as far as who those players were that helped them to victory, to kind of express the talent level in the CHL and where the players end up going and what they end up doing. But obviously, there's still speculation about Gavin McKenna. Will he return to Medicine Hat or go to Penn State, which is the likely favorite if he leaves Medicine Hat? He still has a year of eligibility left until he can be drafted. He is likely to be the number one overall pick in 2026. My personal opinion, I think he should go back to the Tigers and they try to run it back, but we'll see what happens. I just think if I were him, that's what I would do. But obviously, I'm not a hockey player, but I just think that'd be the smartest thing to do with the talent that they had and maybe some talent that they could add and the lessons that they learned this season, winning the WHL title and advancing to the Memorial Cup final. But on the major junior circuit, we will be talking about maybe having a fourth league join the CHL. No, there hasn't been any news or rumors, but I just got thinking. I know we speculate all the time, and I've talked about this in past stories, past videos, but here's my thing. I don't think the BCHL would do that because they are in the WHL's footprint. I think maybe there you could see some more expansion, like Penticton and Chilliwack are going to be. Maybe we see Cranbrook. I would not be surprised if Cranbrook returns to the WHL in the next 5 years or so. They have a market. Obviously, there's a venue, some renovations, and they might be set. So that kind of leaves the NAHL and the USHL. And I think everybody knows that the North American League isn't close to the caliber of major junior hockey, but the USHL is, and they have a solid footprint. There are a couple drawbacks with that, however. Venue size of junior A venues isn't usually close to major junior. Yes, the WHL has a few, but small ones, but those likely would not be accepted in this day and age. Look at Swift Current and Prince Albert. Um, but it's Canada and they fill those venues almost every game, I think. So obviously, they're able to sustain that. But I mean, when you look at other teams, they kind of have that 4,000 venue, 4,000 seat look standard. So, yes, the USHL would need to upgrade venues, and that would be a lot of community politics. But the level of play in the USHL is likely comparable to that of the CHL. And again, you wouldn't need the round, or you would have the round robin, but you wouldn't need a host team. So you could have a seeded bracket. You could still do round robin to start off to kind of figure out the seedings 1 through 4. And then from there, the first seed plays the fourth seed, and the two plays the third seed. I just think that'd be a lot cleaner than how it currently is because something I don't think most people consider is currently with needing a host teams have to kind of prepare for that a year or two in advance. So they're kind of being forced to tank a little bit and then build back up, or I guess pillage their future for the now side of things because they have to compete for a Memorial Cup because they're hosting it. So I think this would eliminate that and make it smoother so teams didn't have to go like all in and then obviously not be or likely not be as very good in the following seasons. I think that is a major downside because fans want to see a solid team on the ice for more than just a season or two. Like a lot of teams have shown, the Portland Winterhawks, trying to think of others, Everett Silvertips. Uh, I mean, the Edmonton Oil Kings make runs here and there. Calgary, um, Prince George. So I think that would be the best option in my opinion, but obviously there is the venue situation. Now, Sioux Falls, that's a good market, solid venue, and it kind of fits that footprint of kind of being around the area where the WHL starts thinning out and has less teams, like Brandon, obviously, where the major footprint is kind of Alberta, or I would say it's Saskatchewan and west of there. But and then it kind of fills that void of WHL to OHL, that kind of geographical gap a little bit. Maybe there's not a fourth league. Maybe you just have some play between the OHL, WHL, USHL. But I think it'd be very interesting to see. And obviously, there would have to be a deal worked out between the governing bodies in each country, Hockey Canada and USA Hockey. But we've seen that before. And obviously, there's the US teams in the OHL and the WHL, and rumors in the QMJHL of expansion into the United States with Manchester and Portland, Maine. We'll see if those come to fruition or if they just die off as rumors. But that's where we're at in that expansion talks. In those expansion talks, remember Penticton is coming into the WHL next season, and Chilliwack the season after that. The V's, um, they are pretty much set. Obviously, there's a name, players, and all that. Still not much on the Chilliwack side of things as far as a team name for 2027 or even coaches and owners. So we'll see what happens there, but very interesting to note that as well. Um, you would think we would see maybe more of that coming in the next year, so we'll keep you all posted on that side too. But until next time, I'm Derek Harper. Remember to find my story at juniorhockey.io. We'll catch you next episode and fill you in on all the CHL alumni that helped power the Panthers